What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Juju the Gamer here, and if you have not watched the last video, we talked about a potential merging rumor of the Big Ten and Pac-12. So I hope you all check out that video. It's the most recent video on this channel. So please make sure you check that out. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. But I am back once again. The college football fan is back. Now, like I said, if you have been living under a rock for the past week, you would have heard, well, you would not have heard that Oklahoma and Texas, yes, Oklahoma and Texas, the powerhouses of the Big 12, the moneymaker of the Big 12, is leaving the Big 12 to join the SEC. That's insane, bro. That is insane. That is insane. Now, if you're wondering when are they probably going to be actually playing teams in SEC, I'd give it about 2022, 2023. Because this year's schedule is already set in stone, so I don't see them leaving just yet. But yeah, man, it's happening. It is happening. We're gonna go into more detail what exactly is happening right after my intro. So hit my intro, hit my music. We got a lot to talk about, y'all. Let's get it. Okay, so Oklahoma and Texas are officially leaving the Big 12. Let me make sure I'm actually looking at my notes. So it's been a lot of speculation that they're eventually going to lead the Big 12. The speculation was but when it was going to happen. This whole story broke due to a credible reporter that works in the Houston Chronicle. He basically came out and said that Oklahoma and Texas was looking to lead a Big 12 during Texas A&M's SEC Media Day press conference. And you know, as the days went on, not only was they planning to lead a Big 12, they have been in talks since December to lead a Big 12. So they have been talking for months now, because it's now, I'd say, damn, next week is August, ain't it? So it's been about 6-7 months. They're gone. They are leaving the Big 12. They are up out of there. So with that being said, they have, as of today, which is the 26th of July, they have now made it official that they are putting in their, what's this called? The grant of rights? Yes, the University of Oklahoma and the University of Texas at Austin notified the Big 12 Athletic Conference today that they will not be renewing their grant of media rights following expiration in 2025. So they are gone. They are leaving the Big 12. It is now officially confirmed that Oklahoma and Texas are leaving the Big 12 and is joining the SEC. That's insane, because if you look at it, Texas is wildly inconsistent. They are hyped for a reason. They have all the tradition, the pageantry, the national championships, the Heisman winners. They have it all. But let's say over the last 10, when was that Alabama versus Texas national championship game? 09? when Colt McCoy got hurt. Since that game, Texas has been wildly inconsistent. They have, you know, they have had some good teams, some New Year's Six Bowl teams, and then just like they should be much better than what they've been putting out. They basically been doing what USC's been doing. They have all the history, they have all the pageantry, they have all the awards, the national championships, the Heisman winners, players going to the league, yada, 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 yada. But over the last 10, 11 years, they have been just inconsistent. Like you expect Texas and USC to a certain degree to have 9, 10, 11 undefeated seasons year after year after year due to the type of recruits that they pull in, and they just not have been doing that. USC's looking on the up and up. Texas, they just fired their coach. Now, Oklahoma is the interesting one because Oklahoma has been to the college football playoffs. They've had multiple Heisman winners over the last couple of years. They've had those same Heisman winners go in the draft, early in the draft, like #1 pick early. So Oklahoma, we know Oklahoma can play. They're going to compete with the SEC. As a matter of fact, I believe out of all the Power 5 football teams, Oklahoma is returning the most in the country. So they are returning a lot of people. A lot of people came back, or they had a lot of young guys on the team. When they join the SEC, like just Oklahoma tradition, their history, their pageantry, I would say the only team that has a much better overall history, I keep going back to the overall history and tradition more than Oklahoma and the SEC would be Alabama. Because just look what Alabama has done in the last 10 years. They have been rolling. Like I continually joke that Alabama is a Death Star when you play them. And my favorite college team, Ohio State, just played them in the national championship. Bama's a Death Star. And I don't care what anybody says. When you play Bama, you better come ready to play. Because if not, you are going to get rolled on. So Oklahoma would compete, and depending on what division they would get put in, which I believe their division would have to get shook around, they might be in the West. Oklahoma has a good chance to be in the SEC championship game. And no, I am not talking out my ass, or I'm not talking crazy when I say this. Because I'm looking at history. I'm looking at what has happened. A&M, when they came to the SEC, they won 11 games. They had a Heisman winning quarterback. As crazy as Johnny Manziel was and is, he was a Heisman winning quarterback. So A&M has had success immediately after joining. My own school, my alma mater, MIZZOU, has had success right after joining the SEC. Now, it might have took a year, but they had 2 back-to-back SEC championship appearances. And I don't want to hear that, Florida was in some down years, which that kind of is true. Tennessee is nah. Like Tennessee, I look at them, I wouldn't even say like Michigan. Michigan has had some better years than Tennessee over the years. Tennessee is just overhyped in my opinion. They have just overhyped. They have done nothing since Peyton Manning. Literally nothing. Georgia. I don't know what it is with Georgia. Georgia, with all the talent that they recruit, should be in the playoffs year in and year out, but they just choked. So who knows? Because if we're being honest, MIZZOU would not have made that SEC championship one of those years had Georgia just won out, and they didn't. And that's on them. So, but yeah, like I was saying, MIZZOU, once they joined, they went to 2 SEC championship games. They eventually lost those games to 2 teams that went on to the Natty, but they made it. They made it to that stage. So there's no reason for me not to believe that a much more talented team in Oklahoma, a program that has been to the college football playoffs and have lost to teams that have either won or made it to the national championship game, that Oklahoma would not at least make it to the SEC championship game. Oklahoma can make it to the SEC championship game. Now, would they win it 6 straight years in a row? Probably not. That I can say for certain that they were not going to do, because that is just insane overall to do so. But yeah, Oklahoma and Texas is joining the SEC. It is happening, people. It is happening. We are headed into some crazy times in college football, and I am on the belief that Oklahoma and Texas can come right on in and compete. I believe Oklahoma can at least make it to the championship game. Like I said, depending on where they're put into, what division they're put into, because I believe the divisions will end up shaking. But there's no reason for me not to believe that with Oklahoma returning the most in the country as far as starters returning, that Oklahoma will not make the championship game. They're just like Oklahoma is too good of a program to not make the championship game. Like, I do believe they're not going to make it 6. They're not going to win it 6 straight years in a row. That would be insane, because I don't even think Bama has done that. But Oklahoma has a good chance within these next couple of years when they join the SEC to make the championship game. And the recruiting Oklahoma and Texas is about to get with joining the SEC is insane, because A&M was much an afterthought. Like I said, I'm from the Midwest. I knew more about Oklahoma and Texas than I did A&M. A&M did not start popping off, at least in the Midwest, until really they joined SEC and Johnny Manziel was there. So Oklahoma and Texas, we know recruit Texas. They're like, you talk about these kids can stay close to home in Texas. These 5-star recruits can stay close to home and go to Texas with all that history and tradition. Oklahoma and Texas is about to be nasty. They're about to be nasty in the SEC. I'm all up for it as a college football fan, because we want to see the best play the best. And as of late, the SEC conference is the best. Like you have Alabama, who's damn near won. This is something crazy that Alabama has done. They said if you are a recruiting class in Alabama, you have left Alabama with either 1 or 2 championship rings. That is insane. That is insane. So you have Bama as the Death Star, and then you're adding in Oklahoma and Texas to Georgia, Florida, LSU, like Auburn. That is insane. That conference is insane. So yeah, like I said, we're in for some wild times in college football. But as a college football fan, it's exciting. I'm excited. I can't wait to see Oklahoma and Texas in the SEC. I think it's going to be some great entertainment, some great football going on. But yeah, I'm Juju Gamer. I'm signing out. See you next time in the next video.